Hello everybody, welcome back to another video on the channel, Mr. Loons, and today I'm going to be reacting to my Premier League predictions. And how this is going to work is I've got a point system, as loads of other people do. Say if I predicted a team in last, and they actually finished in 17th, that'll be 3 points because it's 3 places out, etc, etc. But let's start off in 20th place. I put AFC Bournemouth in that position, as so many other people did. Pretty decent reason why. They just came up from the championship and they did a bit of business, but still looked like they had a championship side. When Liverpool won 9-0 against Bournemouth, Bournemouth sacked their manager, brought in O'Neill, and changed everything. It proved everyone wrong in 15th. So that actually gave me 5 places, 5 points, which isn't, amazing, but it could have been worse. Moving on to the next one, it is Fulham FC. I predicted them in 19th to get relegated, and evidently they definitely did not get relegated. They finished in 10th. That's 9 points. That's a big hit. That is a big, big hit. 9 points for Fulham. Obviously, they had Alexander Mitrovic, which was banging in loads of goals. Even after the 8-game suspension that Mitrovic had, he came back for the last few games and carried on his scoring form. And obviously, Palhina and CDM, Willian, in fact, getting a few goals and goal contributions here and thither, but overall Fulham, Marco Silva, did a great job to put Fulham in 10th place. I just thought, usually when they come up to the Premier League in the past, they've gone straight back down. And I guess my past self thought they just weren't good enough for the Premier League, so I put them in 19th. And the next one is pretty foolish of me. I put Brentford in 18th, which gave me 9 points again. What a terrible start. What a terrible, terrible, shambolic, diddly start I have done. I put Brentford in 18th, and they finished in 9th position. So yeah, I was way, way off. Obviously, this is the time when Christian Eriksen left the club, and they brought in Damsgaard. I didn't think Damsgaard would do too well, and he hasn't really shone to the stars. I knew Ivan Toney was a really good asset for Brentford, but I didn't realise the club was that well run to put them in 9th. Ivan Toney scoring 20 goals, that is amazing. And Mbeumo doing fantastic. I just felt like, because of Eriksen going, they don't have much experience in the Premier League, that they'll eventually go down. But I was completely wrong. I thought there'd be a relegation tussle between Southampton, who are put in 17th. I was actually really undecisive in either Southampton or Brentford going down. I should have put Southampton down, but I put Brentford for some reason. I'm sorry, Brentford fans, for putting you in the relegation zone. But Southampton I put in 17th. That gave me 3 points, which is okay, that's fine. But I didn't put Southampton in the relegation zone, which really, really does bug me. I knew they'll be down there because of many, many years they've been in that relegation tussle here and thither. But moving on to the next one, it's Nottingham Forest in 16th, which I got this one bang on. 1 out of 3 that I got bang on was Nottingham Forest. I thought they'll definitely stay up, even changing the whole side because of Steve Cooper. This man, I think in the future, Nottingham Forest, if they keep Steve Cooper, Nottingham Forest are going to stay up. Have a definitely more of a chance of staying up. Yes, they changed the whole side. I thought maybe it might be a slow start and they eventually escape that relegation zone and they sit in 16th. And I was bang on correct. That's exactly what happened. But I think we have to give nearly full credit to Steve Cooper on what he's done. Getting the promote from the Championship, keeping them up in the Premier League. Fantastic. Really happy with that prediction. Moving on to the next one, it is Everton, which I predicted in 15th place, and I got 2 points for this one. I was 2 places out. I knew there'd be a relegation battle. At the time, I think Frank Lampard was still in charge at the start of the 22/23 season. I think he was still in charge, and I thought nothing really would change from the season before, and they'll just stay up just about in 15th. Moving on to the next place, I put Leeds United in 14th, which I was 5 points away, 5 places away. They finish in 19th. Maybe if Leeds United, if Tyler Adams didn't get injured, if they pointed Sam Allardyce much earlier, I think Leeds could have definitely stayed up. Definitely. I thought with Jesse March coming at the start of the season, things looked livelier. Brendan Aronson was performing. But later on in the season, as the season progressed, it just wasn't clicking for Brendan Aronson. And Tyler Adams got injured and everything fell apart. Injuries, Sinistra as well, all over the place. Loads of injuries for Leeds United. Changing managers left, right and centre. But I honestly put hope into Leeds, and Even in my last game week prediction, I said Leeds will stay up, which I'm pretty sure no one did. I said that they will stay up, and they had literally like a 3% chance, and I was wrong. I put so much hope into Leeds, and I was completely wrong. Moving on to the next one, it is 13th place, and I put Wolverhampton Wanderers, which I got bang on. My second prediction I got bang on. I just thought Wolves, they've been a mid-table club for a while. They were challenging for European football a few years back, but I think that squad is long gone, and mid-table just seems the best, so I just put them in 13th. Really happy with that one. Brighton and Hove Albion, I put next in 12th position, and I was 6 places out. Obviously, at the time, I'm pretty sure Cucurella and Basuma left the club, so I thought that will make them fall off a few places from 9th, and well, it didn't. Brighton seems to get recruitment from nowhere. They just get it from nowhere. They're really good at recruiting players, so going into next season, even if Casado, Matoma, McAllister leave the club, I still feel like Brighton could actually bring in some random talent to the club. I think they can get in that talent, even if missing those key players, because that's what they did this season, and they seem to be continuing to do that. They're great at recruiting players, and it's been a fantastic year. In fact, I think at some points in the season, I feel like Brighton deserved more than 6th place. Maybe even top 4. That's how well they performed. But I really underestimated them. Moving on to the next one, it's Crystal Palace. I got them bang on. My third bang on prediction. I put them in 11th. And I can thank Roy Hodgson for changing results for Crystal Palace. He came in. Yes, he did have easy fixtures, but at least he got it done. He got the results done for Crystal Palace. He put them in 11th position. Got them away from the relegation zone. Fantastic with Crystal Palace. Obviously, Eze Elise being that Elite 2. Wilfried Zaha's there as well. It's a very good year, and I'm so happy I got it bang on. But let's move on. 10th place, I put Aston Villa. At the time, I believe Steven Gerrard was still manager. And well, Steven Gerrard still had a decent squad. It's just Steven Gerrard's tactics wasn't really there at all. But obviously, Unai Emery came on and changed that all. I thought it would be a slow start for Aston Villa, and they'll eventually push up to 10th. But I was only 3 places out. That gives me 3 points. Obviously, lower the points, the better. Higher the points, the worst. So we want to be getting lower points. 3 ain't that bad. That's pretty decent. I knew they'll be up there in top 10. So I'm pretty happy with that one. Moving on to 9th. I put Newcastle United, who are my favourite team. I put them in 9th. Obviously, the year before this, they finished in 11th. And at the end of the year, they were doing fantastic. And obviously, with the owners coming in, Eddie Howe coming in, Joe Linton started to perform. You know, obviously this year, Almiron started to perform. Fabian Schär, what a solid defender. Newcastle, best defensive record this year. I knew they'll push up. I think they would have definitely pushed up in top 10. And well, I was wrong. They pushed up into top 4. Which I'm obviously really glad as a Newcastle fan. And well, I just wasn't expecting it to be that instantly. I wasn't expecting it straight away. Owners come in, good manager comes in, straight away transformed. Wasn't expecting that quick. I thought it'd be a few years before Newcastle start becoming a top 4 club. On to West Ham United. I thought they'll fall out of the top 7. Obviously, 2 years before this, they finished in 6th and 7th. And obviously, in real life, congratulations to West Ham United winning the Conference League. Fall out of the top 6, top 7 by just 1 place. But I didn't realise they'll fall out that much down to 14th. They did kind of recover it near the end of the season and obviously winning the Conference League. But that's 6 heavy points. That's poor. 6 points. I'm not happy with that one at all. And obviously, going to next season, Declan Rice could be going away from West Ham, which could affect the side a lot. But let's move on to the next place. Leicester City, I put in 7th. And well, maybe a couple of years ago, this could have been doable for Leicester. But that was my worst prediction ever. In all the years I've been doing YouTubing, 4 years of predictions, that was my worst. 11 points added on. That's a heavy load of points. Leicester City, I put in 7th. And obviously they're finishing 18th. And really, they had a few injuries here and there. But I thought, last season they finished in 8th. The reason why I thought they'll push up is I thought, you know what, that side doesn't look too bad still. With James Maddison, Harvey Barnes, Tielemans, Ndidi, Jamie Vardy at the time I thought could still do it in the Premier League. But I was wrong. And you know what, Leicester I think was unlucky in a lot of the games. I think overall, stats-wise, sometimes they did pretty well. And overall, they really did play well in some of the games that they lost. And I thought it was quite unlucky. It's good that they managed to end off on a win. And to be honest, I think Leicester City will bounce straight back up, even if all the players go. You know, James Maddison, Harvey Barnes will definitely go. Tielemans, all those players will probably go. But I think they could still make a rise and get straight back up. With that history winning the Premier League, you're going to have to get straight back up. And they're going to keep a few of the players at least. Plus, their training facilities are really, really good. Let's stop waffling on about Leicester City and what they're going to do next year. And let's move on to 6th position. I put Manchester United. And obviously, at the start of the year, Ronaldo was still there, affecting the club. Marcus Rashford was doo-doo water, scoring hardly any goals, getting hardly any goal contributions. Man United wasn't looking too good with Ronaldo. The mentality dropped because of Ronaldo. But as soon as Ronaldo went, Erik ten Hag was there. Rashford started to score as well. Everyone shone up to the stars and Casemiro came on. And Man United, a completely different club. I was 3 places off. I was a bit disappointed on this one, but at least it's only 3 points. It's not my worst prediction this year, so I'm happy about that. But the next one, I put Chelsea in 5th position, and obviously they finished in 12th. Now, there is one good thing. I didn't put them in top 4. I know a lot of people put them in top 4, but I didn't put them in top 4. I put them in 5th. And they made a lot of signings, so I thought, I don't think they're going to get top 4, because I think it's going to be a while for all those signings to string together. And well, I was kind of right, but not in that level. It was much more extreme, way more extreme. That got me a huge 7 points, which is very bad. They finished in 12th. I think Chelsea will definitely improve on that 12th place finish. But still, 12th is absolutely shambolic for Chelsea. And a shambolic prediction for me to put it in 5th. But I think no one was expecting this at all. Moving on to my next prediction. In 4th position, I put Tottenham Hotspur. I really can't remember why I put them in 4th. Obviously, I had Harry Kane, Heung-min Son. I guess I thought Tottenham was better than Chelsea and Man United, I guess, at the time. Can't quite remember. But that's 4 points, which is meh, okay. Obviously, they finish in 8th. But really, can Tottenham get European football next year if Harry Kane leaves? That could be huge. We'll have to see what happens. In 3rd position, I put Arsenal. And I was only 1 point off. I'm happy with that prediction, putting Arsenal 3rd. I thought they'll have a good year. The momentum was going well. Michael Arteta was a great manager. Everything was slowly stringing together. Obviously, Arsenal had a couple of 8th place finishes. You know, those bad years a few years ago. And they started to do better and better. And I thought they'll keep up the momentum. And I was nearly right. I put them in 3rd. Moving on to the next one. It is out of Manchester City and Liverpool. And I put Man City to finish 2nd and Liverpool to finish 1st. I think the reason behind it is because I thought Man City, I thought they were focused on Champions League. So I thought Liverpool can capitalise. Because over the last few years, Liverpool and Man City have been the 2 teams fighting for that title. You know, we've seen some huge title race between these 2. I thought it would be the same again. But obviously Liverpool had a terrible start to the year. And Man City, I was completely wrong. Yes, they did focus on the Champions League. They also focused on the Premier League. And they focused on the FA Cup to get them the treble. Fantastic by Man City. I was wrong about Liverpool, but Liverpool did end the season pretty well with the last 11 games undefeated, I believe so. But overall, I ended on 84 points. And actually, if we go through all my previous table prediction points, how many I actually got, well, in the 19/20 season, I got 70 points, which was meh. And then the season after, in the 20/21 season, I got 66 points. Then the 21/22 season, I got 56 points. I was improving till this year, which I got 84 points, which was terrible. And in my game week predictions for individual predictions, I got 211 points out of obviously 760 points. And that's around 27.8%. And how I did actually rack up those points for game week, I did 0 points would equal getting the result incorrect and the scoreline incorrect. Getting 1 point would equal getting the result right, but the scoreline wrong. And 2 points will be getting it bang on, getting the result right and the scoreline right. That's how I calculated it. And those are my points, 211 points out of 760 points. I didn't calculate all the other years for my game weeks, because I didn't really think about it till this year. But I will be returning for more game week predictions when the season opens, my table predictions. But for now, hopefully you can like and subscribe, and always remember to turn on notifications to miss one of my fantastic YouTube videos. I'll see you next time. To the pip now.